Today is the special People's Choice episode where the people have made the machine make us watch Snow White and the Huntsman from 2012. Truman.
Landen.
I have no idea what happens in this movie. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to just be warts and all honest right up front. This movie slid off my brain as I was watching it, so I want to know from your synopsis what the actual fuck happens in this movie.
Well, I'm going to crack open some Grimm's fairy tales and tell you. As a young girl, the Princess Snow White watches her father, the king, marry Ravenna, a beautiful and mysterious woman who he rescued from a dark army in the woods. But on their wedding night, Ravenna kills the king, overthrows his realm, and casts Snow White into a dungeon for the next 10 years. Finally, as a young woman, Snow White manages to escape and flees into an evil forest at the edge of the kingdom. Ravenna is determined to kill Snow White, whose beauty poses a threat to her evil magical powers. So she hires a drunk, misanthropic huntsman to go into the forest and bring Snow White back to her. But when the huntsman falls in love with Snow White, the duo team up to overthrow the queen, with the help of a plucky gang of dwarves.
Again, I listened to your synopsis and just my brain, like, 2 sentences in, stopped processing.
Did you forget there were dwarves in this movie?
I did not know there were going to be dwarves in this movie. I thought the gritty Dark Knight remake of Snow White and the Huntsman was like, hey, we're calling it Snow White and the Huntsman, not Snow White and the Dwarves. Therefore, maybe the dwarves aren't in this. Did I have a legitimate heart event when I saw Bob Hoskins take his mask off? Yes, I did.
I feel so seen and so much better about myself for also having been surprised that there were dwarves in this Snow White movie, because you get pretty deep into the movie and then the dwarves are kind of a big reveal, and I was like, there's dwarves in this. Well, okay, I guess it makes sense that there would be, but it also doesn't make sense that there would be.
Is it because mostly they're not needed by that point in the movie?
No, I would say, look, we needed anything in this movie that was different from what the first, hour and 10 minutes of the movie had been. I think what this movie needed were actual actors who are dwarves and not, seven famous actors' faces sort of magicked onto some little people's bodies.
Well, I have so many questions and suspicions, and I want to stop short of accusations to make about that. It is a huge talking point about this movie.
Yes.
Not the only scandal about this movie.
Oh, no.
We'll get into that.
Dwarves on a
I don't
scandal.
know what the fuck happens in this movie. I gotta be honest with you. I said that up front. 35 minutes in, my brain just, stopped. I was looking at images, and I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I'm not retaining any of this. But that said, I have so much information today about the production and about the source material that I think I still have something to bring to the table.
Can I guess what the moment was that made your brain stop recording information?
If you can tell me, I would be very appreciative.
Was it the horse in the mud getting seemingly drowning in a swamp, exactly from the
Never-ending Story?
Is it Never-ending Story or Princess Bride where that happens? It's Never-ending Story.
Never-ending Story.
Yeah.
Atreyu, and oh god, yes, that was a bit of a triggering moment for me, bringing back childhood emotions, also, and adult emotions.
I mean, we did War Horse not that long ago. A lot of horse trauma at the back end of this season. Have you noticed that?
It's true. Yeah, I have, and I don't like it. I want to ask you though.
Yeah.
I want to know what your experience with this movie particularly is, but with Snow White in general, because it's a story, it's a Grimm's fairy tale.
Sure.
But it's one of these stories, like some of the others we've talked about in these bonus episodes, where the different adaptations and iterations of it over time have added or changed things that have eventually deviated from its initial thing to where it's like, what is the one source of truth? Is there one? Does there need to be one? Subscribe to Movie Memory Machine for new forgotten movies every other Friday, available wherever you listen to podcasts.